Welcome everybody to the second league from today's stream. We're playing blue-green Eldrazi. If you want to check out the first league that we played with the deck, you can do so down here. We made a couple of changes. We added a 22nd land. We added that's in place of the Drunner of Hope that we were playing before. We added an Ashiok Dream Render to the sideboard, as well as a second Engineered Explosives over the oldest dust. So yeah, those are the changes, and we're gonna go right now and play another league with the deck. So yeah, hopefully we do a little bit better than the 3-2 that we began with. In the meantime, I'm gonna be updating the Stream Decker. There we go. Stream Decker updated, and now Cardboard Live. Look at this multitasking ability, right? Just like while it's loading, we're making the most out of our time. This is efficient. This is efficient. All right, Cardboard Live's good to go. Yeah. I like that's why I was thinking that it kind of makes sense, is because like we cut the Graph Digger's Cage for it, and it does a little bit of the same thing. Like we're definitely bringing in Ashiok against something like Dredge if we somehow play against that deck that nobody's playing anymore besides Sodek. He just keeps kicking ass with Dredge, and nobody else just plays the deck anymore. But still doing good because he's a beast. All right, there we go. BBD Babidi. That's a funny name. Yeah, we're definitely keeping this. It's so nice to see like nice art now. Oh, my opponent says that they're a fan. Sweet. All right. Grixis Shadow. Because we're playing against Grixis Shadow. I'm very happy that I'm not playing Amulet right now. Yep, we're definitely playing against Grixis Shadow. Seeing this art makes me believe we're playing Amulet. Alright, so it's not Grixis, it's just John's Shadow. I definitely don't want a Once Upon a Time in response. If my opponent wants to take the Once Upon a Time there, that's fine, I think. They take the Steerings instead. Interesting. Poggers. Out of discards, I think I'd like to take Smasher here. They don't know about the TKS. But this allows me to next turn play Goose. Like if they do get my thought now, next turn play Goose, and then following turn play Smasher, or I was also considering the Matter Reshaper, but the Matter Reshaper gets got by another Inquisition, and this the John list usually play 4 Inquisition for Thoughtseize as opposed to the Grixis list would only play 2 Inquisitions. So it's much less likely for us. It's much more likely for us to get Inquisitioned again. And in that case, my opponent will like just be taking the Goose. Just a Shadow. Alright. Only card they don't know about. I guess there's 2 cards that they don't know about, but like, let's see. I take the Goyf here, right? I let my opponent redraw. I actually wonder why they didn't play out the bubble there. Like, yeah, that's interesting. But like, if the Shadow is a 1/1, I'm okay with this. And if they shock, they actually die, which is really funny. But they do know about the Smasher though. Ha! Look at this. See, Smasher, too good. We cannot attack with the Thought Knot and the Smasher because we would die. So there's that. We draw Yavimaya Coast. I think we're just gonna play the Smasher and just keep playing the Staring Contest. If I attack with just Smasher, what happens? I attack for 6, my opponent goes down to 6. The Shadow becomes 7/7. And then, like, TBR is a problem. But if I attack for 6, then another Smasher allows me to kill the Shadow, to kill them. What if I attack with a TKS instead? I attack with the Thought Knot, opponent takes 5. Then they stay at 7. Yeah, trample. I mean, it's fine. Like if they block, I just assign all the damage to the Shadow, so I'm fine with that. But the thing is that if I attack with just the TKS here, the Shadow becomes 6/6. But then my opponent goes down to 7, which puts them in an awkward spot. So I guess I do want to attack with this. No, I don't. Do I want to attack with the Noble Hierarch? Does that do anything? If I find another Smasher, I have lethal anyway. Yeah, I think I just don't attack. The only problem with not attacking here is that now an Elden Deep Fried is not lethal, which otherwise would be. Am I playing some Amulet Titan later? No, I'm gonna be playing some Amulet tomorrow. No way. Poggers? It's pretty good. This only grows attacking creatures, so I'm not worried about getting got by something. So now we of course attack with everything. So my opponent will need. So now I have 2 lethal threats. Cycle down to 1. Concede. All right. John Shadow. Explosive is very good against John Shadow. And I think that's the only thing that I want. Well, Breaker seems bad. And I guess we shave 1 stub. Yeah, I don't want anything else. Just submit. This is looking good though. This is actually a kind of an awkward hand. If my opponent has like well to kill my hierarch, or I'm not doing anything until turn 3, like if they Inquisition my hierarch, I think I have to keep it though. Like it's just like a hand that just has a lot of cards. Alright, we're gonna Vista for a forest. I wonder if my opponent has something like Magus of the Moon in their deck. They probably don't, I guess. Alright, so Bolt, Tarfire. It's pretty good. Inquisition. We could have almost blanked that that Inquisition if I hadn't drawn like the stupid Matter Shaper there. Bad beats. Bad beats. Alright. Five, 6 Goyf. It's pretty big. I wonder if we could play some like number of relics in this deck, right? I have not played a Relic of Virginity in so long because it's just not very good right now, but it seems like if there's any deck that can get value from a relic, might be this one, actually. What do we got here? So this is a blank. So I guess I get the trophy here. Yeah, I guess trophy is a redraw, so. I feel like Graveyard Hate in general is just bad now. Yeah, but I mean, the thing that Relic has is that Relic is not really Graveyard Hate, right? Like, Relic is just good against decks like Jund. Against Tarmogoyf decks, you will not be bringing in Tormo Script because it's horrendous, but Relic is actually super legit in those kind of matchups. Take 6. Wouldn't choose this to draw the card here, which is probably bad news for me. I think I have to try to attack though. I'm gonna push here, probably. Yep. Fiddle push, so they draw. I replay Thought Knot. See what they got. Yeah, we're definitely getting rid of the second Goyf. And play an island. Pass. If we manage to resolve this Ugin, we're gonna be in a fine spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 1 land short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's a shadow. So I guess I am forced to deep fried here because of the Gore clan. And I think I upkeep this. Getting the green sources because my opponent could draw Assassin's Trophy. And they could draw another Goyf. They could draw Traverse. They drew another Shadow. That's good for them. I guess no, I am dead actually, right? So I play the Yugi, I minus kill the Shadow, and then my opponent has 2 threats, and whatever I block, they just Gore Clan. So I don't think I have outs. I guess I needed to draw another Deep Fried there. I need to top like exactly another Deep Fiend, and I could have like chained attackers or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I couldn't even. Yeah, we're dead. Sad, very sad. Should I be playing Ashiok in this matchup? Maybe it's just better than Stubborn Denial, right? I guess it's Stubborn Denial whenever it works. It's going to be like an absolute blowout, so. Could Emerge Eldrazi Elder be played with Temple 2 ability? Yes, it can, Melee Mage. Yes, it can. Ashiok seems moderately annoying for them if we can play it early enough. But it's just like such a dead top deck in the late game. Yeah, I think I just submit the same thing. Seems a little bit too hard to make do what we want. This is such an awkward draw. I'm gonna keep it, but it's super awkward because we're gonna need to fetch a basic for us. So we're gonna need we still need to find a land here in order to cast this Reshaper because we just don't have a colorless source. Turn 1 Discord spell or push? Push. Alright. I mean that's not bad for us, I guess. Oh. Please play a Tarmogoyf. Please go land Tarmogoyf. They did not go land Tarmogoyf. Bad beats. Yep. My opponent is smart and they took the card that was gonna beat them. Why you so smart, opponent? Why you so smart? No colorless source, kind of annoying right here. Matter Shaper is usually fine in this kind of like Grandier kind of matchups. It's a big boy. He's a big boy. All right. As usual, the mana being the problem. I guess I should have attacked there. That was bad. I should have attacked. This is bad. This is very, very bad. It's going to be a TBR here. Gore Clan. That's fine. Traverse. Shadow, probably. Yep. Prismatic Vista. Okay, now we have mana to fiend, so I guess that's something. We are down to 9 though, which is certainly very annoying. Block. Can dismember this guy now. Once upon a time. Shadow that we knew about. Don't have another threat, please. Thoughtseize. Alright, things looking bad now. Even if I find the temple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess if I find an Eldrazi temple, I could cast the Elder Deep Fiend. They take the once upon. Interesting. Alright. Thought not you. Ishkana Graph Widow. Wow. Alright. That seems a little bit too cute for my taste. It sucks that we need to jump here because we're at 5, so. Oh, they drew TVR? Yeah, we're dead. Alright. GG's. I mean, again, mana issues. We didn't get to play that Matter Shaper until turn like 6 or something. So by far, every single 0-1. Every single game has brought me to believe that the mana base is the weakest link in this deck. Because it's virtually a three color deck, right? Like this is effectively a 3-color deck. We just saw how Matter Shaper Thought-Knot Seer, like this cards need the colorless mana in order to be cast. So these are obviously the best lands in the deck because, well, I guess I can move these around, but these are the best lands in the deck because they cast any spell, and well, this one taps for 2, so of course this one is the best land in the deck. But yeah, it is not easy basically to make the mana work in this deck. Even with the Noble Hierarch and Gilded Goose, which we did draw multiple copies of, but they still don't make colorless mana, so it's like they kind of fix your mana, but not entirely. But yeah. So maybe instead of the Brain Pool, I should be playing the Cavern of Souls. Just to add the kind of lands that produce like the most amount of mana, I guess. Hey Fenor, how you doing? Yeah, we're good games. We're learning from this deck. Seems like the weakest. Yeah, this guy is pretty good. The weakest part about the deck is the mana base. The mana base is kind of a mess. And this is even after we already added 1 land to the deck after playing the first league, but Boreal Druid is an option. Ha! Interesting. Point and move to 6, by the way. Yeah, we're gonna get the Eldrazi Temple out of these 3 lands. It's of course the most powerful one. But I think I'm going to go with Breeding Pool here and play Noble Hierarch so we can Oko on turn 2. And if they Thoughtseize or Oko away or something, we can Hierarch plus Reshaper, which should put us very far ahead. Yep, we're playing it against the Discard Spell deck, so. Yep. So there goes the Oko. But at least we can Reshaper plus Hierarch. Stubby D. I think that's fine. Like, I cannot really think of anything that I would not want my opponent to play next turn that I could Stubborn Denial. However, on the next turn, I am going to hold up Stubborn Denial because of Liliana, right? I guess they could be. Yeah, no, they can't. Even if they're playing like Ren or something without a Snow Cover Swamp, there's nothing that they can do, so. Stubby D, of course, not active because we don't have for a creature with a power 4 or greater, so this is not active yet. But yeah, so we're playing. That's great ones to get out of our deck now. Like this, we're definitely not struggling mana this game. So we're playing against a Draw in the Lock deck, which is of course good to know. Like, I could Elder Deep Fiend this turn if I wanted to, but I think that my opponent is kind of struggling a little bit with this Deep Fiend. And I can, like, surprise play a Deep Fiend. I can surprise play a Deep Fiend into, like, have active Stubborn Denial, which is kind of hot. Five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm 1 mana away from making this Deep Fiend. So we must be playing against like some version of the Bug Sam Black control deck. That has to be what this is. Stab you. And now we can actually, yeah, we can present lethal here. Alright, so we're playing against some like Bug Oko control deck. Unified Will, Mystical Dispute for sure. Hey Hovi, how you doing? Mystical Dispute for sure. Unified Will, kind of. Oh, Cold Eldrazi, yeah, I know. It is something. It is something. I don't think I want this card in this matchup. And we probably take out one of the gooses. This makes no sense at all. I agree with there, but but it's been doing some reasonable stuff. Like I've been having fun with it. Like the first league that we played earlier today was pretty entertaining. There was much more play than with something like Eldrazi Tron, which is just like, you know, make my land drops and like play my stuff and hope that it's good enough, which very often is actually. But yeah, this definitely looks like we played a matchup against the Simic Urza deck, which was pretty entertaining. Snip this off. Turn 1 discard spell again? No. Okay. So they're probably going to push us. Just coming back from a friendly tournament, and I faced 2 Reliquary decks. The first one was the Celestia one, and I stomped them through 2 Reliquary and everyone got Tracker. But the second one ran Coral Helm Retreat as a 2 for Druid each time, killing me. That's hilarious. Bold Dismember, both EE and Tracker. What deck are you talking about? Like, I don't know what deck you're talking about, Holfi. Amulet? Oh, both EE. Okay. I read Bolt EE, and I'm like, what? Like, I guess I would bring in Bolt, but like, what? So no colorless sources. So I guess I need to get the Prismatic Vista just for fixing purposes. That really sucks. 2 Okos going to the bottom too. Brutal. Yeah, you want dismembers, you want explosives, you don't want tracker. It's not a grindy style matchup really. Plague Engineer. Whew. Yeah, that's pretty good. Nice unified will I have going on here, you know. So I guess I want to fetch now for a colorless source. So my opponent 100% has drawn in luck here, but like, what can I really do? Like, I have one Cavern of Souls, right? Like, it's I need to like start grinding through their counter magic. Eldrazi Temple. That's not bad. That's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to show my opponent that I have the mana to cast his Warbreaker yet. Of course, we're gonna be destroying this Creeping Tarpit. Into the Story. Yeah, that's pretty good for them. Was talking about earlier about how I would like to maybe have played the Radical Midranges in this list. Would certainly be looking good right now. Also, we drew the third Prismatic Vista, which has literally no targets in my deck. So this is effectively I missed the draw step. All right, so my opponent is definitely playing like some creatures and stuff. So this Unified Will is definitely gonna get out of here. We're gonna be bringing in something else instead. Yeah, wait, Joe. This is calculate times 3 times, and it seemed right. Yeah, but that's because you didn't like do your thing. Against the collected company decks, you usually don't want to grind. Like you even just like by the nature of your deck, like you're just so much better at grinding than they are. So yeah, I'm just gonna concede here. Yeah. All right. So now that we learn a little bit, opponent shows me the hand. This is very often just a misclick. Unified Will definitely comes out. Explosives comes in. I guess I could dismember. And they're definitely like on the drown in the lock plan. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go do something like this. The stability still sounds enticing, but maybe just like the one dismember. Yes, we keep this. Basic Forest. Noble Hierarch. Go. It's gonna be a push or a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize. Alright, cool. So now if they take the Oko, which they probably do, we get to Poggers. Motobug. Probably gonna take the Reshaper here. Reshaper is actually pretty problematic for my opponent's deck. Or it could be pretty problematic for my opponent's deck, I guess. It's more... Oh, okay. That is certainly interesting. Swing for 4. I could have tapped this, the Hierarch instead of this to be able to hold up Dismember anyway, but I think that representing counter magic is probably going to be more important. Maelstrom pulls the Yoko. I mean, my opponent, I guess, that just jammed into it because they couldn't play around it, which kind of makes sense, honestly. No land Reno. Take 6, I guess. Just came out of the gates too quickly here. Opponent just didn't have time to catch up. If they play a Wrath and I find a couple of lands, I just win anyway. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. I didn't want to do that. Definitely did not want to do that. I definitely wanted to tap my opponent out on their turn. There's no instant in the yard. This forces my opponent to counter this, I guess. Yeah, I definitely did not want to F6 there. What? Now they're dead. All right. That worked out somehow. That somehow worked out. Is this deck playable in Pioneer as well? This definitely looks somewhat playable in Pioneer. I mean, it's probably going to be much worse because you're not playing the best card in the deck and you're not playing like Prismatic Vista, which is another 3 mana land. This could be Pioneer. This could be like in Pioneer, I guess. We have Okos, we have this, we have this, we have this. We don't have Dismember. So probably you gotta play Spatial Contortion or something, or like Warping Whale, in order to make up for that. You also don't have Explosives. We don't have Unified Will. Hoogland played in Pioneer. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I didn't see it, but yeah, we're definitely keeping this. Did well. Yeah, I mean, like having ways to like play Oko on turn 2 is just like you're just gonna win so many random games where you just cheese your opponent out. It's just a thing that's gonna happen, you know. When it moves to 4, let's see what they got going on over there. Infect, maybe? Huh. It's a solid whiskey there. I don't think I want to hold up Stamina Out this turn. I think it's more important for me to start like developing my board a little bit. Copperline Gorge. Scavenging Use. Alright, what the hell are we playing against here? What the hell are we playing against here? Maybe the Eldrazi deck? This is an Eldrazi pseudo mirror. Of course, I believe that I am the aggressor. That's why I'm like jamming with everything and like leaving nothing back to block. Renantix. That's gonna kill my hierarch. But I just don't really care. Just continue jamming. Steering's into Smasher. Just go at them with everything. They can trade with my Reshaper if they want to. Okay, so they decide to... I guess they're gonna eat both hierarchs and make the Smasher 4/4. They're gonna make the Urza 4/4. Which makes sense. My opponent's down to 1 card left in hand. Seasoned Pyre, that's a solid one for them to have there. Huh. So they are probably playing a Blood Moon deck over there. Once Upon a Time. It's nice that we get to Once Upon here, because it kind of hides the fact that we actually do have the Starboard Isle in hand. And I think I'm going to go with Sanctum of Ugin here, because it allows me to play the second Smasher and like put so much pressure on my opponent. So if I attack with both, go both of them, they need to... They block here, and they still take lethal. Yeah, they have no good blocks. They need to like throw the Scoos under the bus. There's no way around it. Alright, so my opponent's playing like red-green, like nonsense. I think I want to do something like this. Maybe just the 1 explosives. Whoops. There. Sure. If my opponent is playing like Blood Moons and they manage to moon me on turn 2, we might be in trouble, but this is fine otherwise. Yeah, I think I have to get Breeding Pool. And if they do kill my Hierarch, I can still like Contortion something. That's insane. That's very good for them. So they're never missing a land drop for the rest of the game. Level up. This is level 3, right? So I'm just going to make my opponent use all the mana. Spatial Contortion. So we basically time walk them. That's nice. We're still not out of the blue here. Eldrazi Temple, though, is kind of nice. So now I can answer. I can smash her there. Goyf plus Koos. I can trade. I don't think I want to yet. Courser. So my opponent is like a red-green, just like value deck. Dismember. That's really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're looking pretty bad here. In fact, we're like actually dead. All right, let's try it again. Yeah, that red and 6 killing my Hurk was the game right there. Guess I do want the second explosives. My opponent's playing mono 2-drops over there. Eugene I like, Reshaper I like, Contortion I'd like, Dismember 2. What else? What can I shape? A little bit Deep Fried. I feel like just like my normal creatures, like I don't need to go over the top of what they're doing. Like I'm just fine doing that. I guess I keep, but I'm like not super crazy happy about this. Ugh. No, I think that this is actually fine. Never mind. Yeah, that was good. And because my opponent cannot run and takes me on one, I think that it's better for me to, yeah, make sure that I get value from this. Uh, I can contortion this and goose. I think I'm gonna goose plus reshaper though. This means that if my opponent plays it a Ren, I can just kill it. So it's not that big of a deal. Stone Rain, my Eldrazi. Well, very happy with how I play this game now, huh? Alright, steerings. 1, 2, 3, 4. I definitely want to kill this. So I think I get the Misty. I really wish I would have been able to get that Thought Knot there, but don't think we can afford to. That's Ren. This is kind of fine though. It's a Smasher, which is nice. Kill the Ren. If they have a Goif though, we might be in problems. We might be in trouble. They have a Goif. They have 2 Goifs. Alright. So I want to see an Oko. We want to see an Explosive. Sluxus will be nice. We have 2 copies of that now. I think I'm going to use this turn to play the Smasher. Alternatively, I could just once upon, see what we find. Deep Fiend. I could Thought Knot too. Kind of like Thought Knot in here. Oops, yeah. Thought Knot. Let's see what my opponent has coming on there. Yeah, those are good. Those are good. Yeah. Bloodbraid, Spin the Wheel, Season Pyro. Wow, nice. I think the first 5 is fine. We still have some food that we can use to gain life. More blockers. This game turned out super interesting. Pillage. Okay. That doesn't really do much. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah. This probably gets the goose. They have another bolt. Never mind, that makes more sense. I think we take it here. Make food. Crack a food. We're like one explosive away from winning the game, or that one's good too. So we just start speeding out dudes, right? Start plussing. So everything's coming at Ugin, so we can't protect it, but we can trade with both of this. Like we get a free block and we get a redraw. Thought not. Whew. Dodged one there. What if you took the Eldrazi Fiend, you could have cast it and then turn after a Smasher hit for 10. I mean, 10 is not lethal still, right? Double block one of these, go down to 4. Yeah. This has been problematic. Explosives would be pretty good here. It's not an explosives. So we can go up to 7. Yeah, we just whiffed. We just whiffed too much. All right. That was frustrating. I felt that we had like a solid matchup there, but then we just like didn't draw anything for so long. Well, none of my thought knots really whiffed, right? Like, so I would have, like, I would have been forced into facing the other, like, whatever card was left in my opponent's hand, and like they are still, like, those goys are still pressuring me super hard. So one thing that I do think, however, is that I would like to have access to, instead of Grafdigger's Cage, I think I'm gonna go with Relic of Progenitors, because like we have consistently been having trouble against Tarmogoyf. Like Tarmogoyf, because of Oko, because of Ren and 6, like it's very common for Goyfs to now become 5/6s. And 5/6s is literally bigger than everything that we have going. We lost against Shadow because their Tarmogoyfs were too big, and we lost against this red green kind of like beatdown deck because the Goyfs were a little bit too big. So even though it wouldn't, I honestly was not thinking that that would be a thing. It looks like this deck really struggles with the card Tarmogoyf. And that being the case, maybe we want to make sure that our sideboard graveyard hate is actually Radical Progenitors instead of. Huh. I'm gonna keep this hand. If we once upon into a 1-mana creature, then we're gonna be in a really great spot. And even if we don't, we can probably just naturally hit our land drops. We have some interaction. We can cantrip a bunch. The only card that I'm not loving in this hand right now is the Elder Deep Fiend, but my opponent mulligans to 5 and says they hate this matchup. I wonder if they are watching the stream. Or if they assume that I'm on Amulet. We will know soon enough. Got him. Supreme Phantom. Do we want to take one turn off to Dismember? I think I do. Because if I make this onto a 3/3, Oko goes up to 5. They have 2 cards left in hand. I don't want to get got by Queller though. If I make this into a 3/3, I think I just play Oko and make a food here. It's not very likely. Like, my opponent would need to have exactly another Lord in order to kill my Oko here. Do they have it? Okay. They have that guy. But we can dismember it now. This is gonna be a painful one, but actually, I think I'm gonna take the turn off, and I'm gonna dismember next turn because I don't want to get got by the Mausoleum Wanderer. So next turn I dismember this. I get Oko back. Oof, brutal. Never mind, things are getting harder now. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. So I can dismember here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I plus on this. And then I'm going to upkeep Deep Fiend, sacking the Noble Hierarch, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. Thanks for playing Modern. Yeah, focus on this. That's kind of the point of this. What I'm trying to get going with this stream, basically. Too many people not streaming Modern. Yeah, so I think I'm going to Deep Fiend. I'm going to block the Flyer and the 3 mana. No, I use the mana to dismember the Deputy, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess, yeah, I guess you're right, right? Yeah, no, you're actually right. Yeah, I can steerings here if I want to. Okay, so let's do it. Elder Deep Fiend, nice. So now we can chain Deep Fiends. One, two, three, four. Thought not. Huh. So I'm going to Steerings here. And I think I'm going to take this turn off to Thought Knot in case my opponent drew something like a Path or something that could potentially be a problem for me. But with the second Deep Fiend in hand, I'm feeling pretty safe. And I can also Oko the Wanderer if I don't want to die out of nowhere. I don't think I can die out of nowhere anyway. Because Oko can like continue creating food and stuff. We get Smasher. Thought Knot. Huh. Alright, so I guess we're gonna company here. And I'm gonna turn the Wanderer into a 3/3. So now it doesn't get boosted. We can gain life from the food. Nice. Feeling very smart that I took the collected company. Feels like the only way that my opponent gets back into this game. Because now we can food the other thing. Like this is just fine. Oh, I should have sacked the food there. My bad. Eugene. Huh. Okay. So give my opponent food and gain control of the Droxel Captain, I guess. Like, I don't want them to start like spitting out dudes and it becoming a problem. Things are looking good here. Hierarchy is fine. It's kind of annoying that I can't really like I would be trading like one Smasher or one Deep Fiend for only 1/3/3 Elk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get that lands. The one that makes dudes. Make food. Pass the turn. Now the Warbreaker can actually start attacking, and it definitely can block, which is nice too. Yeah, that's what I was wondering if my opponent was gonna do. We can just block there. Yeah, it's weird that Wordbreaker actually has reach. It's super random, but yeah, it's definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. So yep. Bring these dudes. Ugin just seems too slow, unfortunately. I kind of like this card a lot. Stub seems pretty bad. Like it only answers. I guess stuff is not that terrible now that I think about it. I know it's super weird, right? Like it's literally in the middle. There's just like one random thing that says reach. That's it. It's really funny. Like people very often. So that's what I'm like. It's don't feel bad, opponent, because like everybody misses that stupid little clause right there. Um, of course, gas as we just saw. I think I'm gonna shave on reshapers and maybe one deep fiend. On the play, I want to have access to maybe more deep. Maybe I would. Yeah, I think I should have shaded the World Breaker actually. On the yeah, I definitely should have shaded the World Breaker instead. Like it was sweet right there, but that's only like my opponent's not gonna make the same mistake again, right? It's a fine blocker, but definitely keeping this hand. Turn 1 Hierarch into turn 2 Oko. We also have access to explosives in case we need it. My opponent got angry at something and I'm kind of confused. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Like Warbreaker is kind of weird. To be fair, this would be a Deep Fiend, so they're holding up Queller. I think I just pass. Uh, hmm. This is very punishing if my opponent has like the other, like the spirit that allows them to play at instant speed, rattle chains. But I really don't want to jam into Queller. I think I'm kind of. I think I'm just gonna F6. Vista. So when I find a blue source here, and I think I'm going to explosives on 2 and see what my opponent does. I could explosives on 3 too. No, I think I'm just gonna do it on 2. And then if my opponent uses the Queller here, then I can play the Noble Hierarch and continue developing my board. And if they don't use the Queller, then I just pass the turn. This answers future 2-drops, of course. Droxkull, oh captain, my captain. Okay, now what? So this dude has sex proof. Um, yeah, I feel like I have to Oko right now. I don't think I really have a choice. because if they have another Drog Skull, then I just kind of died. So I'm gonna have to chump there. But if the Drog Skull captain, like if they all get, if they have another captain, basically they would get all hexproof, and I can't like do anything at that point anymore. So I mean, you saw why I didn't play it over, right? Like my opponent at that point, like that's 2 turns where my opponent is not using my mana, and they're not hitting the land drops while I am. So my opponent is just forced to play a spell queller just so they fall behind on board. So there was no reason at that point to play something into the spell queller. Oh, have another noble. Both of them at Oko. One, two, three, four, five. Deputy, my Oko. So my opponent's probably going to start attacking just with the Queller here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have Worldbreaker mana, which is nice. Wow, we're putting cantrips there. Very interesting. Mausoleum Wanderer. I wonder if these explosives is doing anything at all. Maybe it just isn't. If we do draw a second one, then we just win though. Yeah, so they just attack with the Queller, which makes sense because they don't want to make beat draw, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have Worldbreaker mana, which is very nice. This kills the planes. This also makes it uncounterable, which is also very nice. Unless they have a path, then this is going to block all day now, which is also good for me. Phantasmal Image. Copying Deputy. That's pretty good. The good thing is that we can kill that with the Deep Fiend. Oh yeah, this is going to be... This is hopefully going to be a blowout here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if my opponent attacks... One, two, three, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we can once upon. So I'm just going to pass a turn here. I'm going to wait for my opponent to attack, and then I'm going to other Deep Fiend, targeting like whatever's left, kind of. And we are gonna get God by exactly Path to Exile. Yeah, definitely. Worldbreaker looking pretty good, actually. Maybe it's better than I'm giving it credit for. We're not gonna get to destroy one of the lands because this is a cast trigger. This is not an ETB, so we're not gonna get to. We're not gonna be able to get that value, but we're gonna be able to block my opponent's attacker. And my opponent's gonna need exactly Path to Exile, or I guess that they could company into another Deputy or another one of the Phantasmal Images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could just hardcast Deep Fiend. The only problem with that is my opponent does have the path. I actually just lose. Huh. They attack with everything. Okay. So, attackers. Like I don't want to go down to 3 basically. And I kind of want to draw a card. So we're going to do target here, 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 and there. Reshaper triggers. Should put into play. That dies. There's my World Breaker. Things get tapped. We got a 5/6. We got a blocker. Gonna fetch here because we only have shock lands left. Then we're gonna once upon end step. World Breaker doing God's work here. We have a ton of very good draws at this point. It's crazy how much work this World Breaker has been doing both of these games. Reach being relevant in 2019. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Alright, tapped breeding pool. It's fine. Once upon into something good. It is indeed something good. That's a deep fiend that I can actually just hardcast. So because of that, I can get super aggressive here. And just upkeep tap. 1, 2, 3. I basically just tap all of my opponent's blockers. Leave them with 2 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Only need the deputy. This Eldrazi deck definitely has some play. Not gonna lie there. I wonder if World Breaker should be a sideboard card though. Also, Oko looked very good in this deck every time we played it, so maybe we want to go up to the 4th copy. I don't own the 4th copy, so that makes things hard, but even still. Worth considering. So we do that. Whoops, we don't want to emerge, we just want to cast it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ceremonious rejection resolves. To be fair, rejection wouldn't have stopped me anyway. Like, they would have countered the Deep Fiend, but they're still like, they still need to chump block with the Deputy. So rejection wouldn't have been enough. So changes. Let's start there. We're considering Warbreaker being a sideboard card. And then maybe Drowner into the main deck. The 22 lands had felt much nicer than during the first league. Most recent amulet list. Yeah, you can find it. If you go to my YouTube channel, you're gonna see the list that I. If you look at Monday's stream, you're gonna see it basically. Playing against good game. Mishra's Bubble. Probably some Shadow. Oh no. All right, Simic Urza. So I never play with Simic Urza when I play when I play Amulet, but today playing this deck, I faced it twice. Not sure whether it feels good or feels bad. Gilded Guzerino. We're gonna be able to play Oko on 2, make a food, most likely, and then make TKS on 3, which is nice. Everflowing Chalice. So we're totally gonna get Ursa next turn. We're totally getting Ursa next turn. But I don't think that's enough for me to want to get this. Is it enough for me to want to get that Chalice? I could deny my opponent the mana. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to. Feels really bad, but I think I'm going to because I can TKS the Ursa on their next turn. I feel like a Simic Ursa matchup is pretty good for Amulet. I think it's a really hard matchup in terms of like it's super skill intensive. But I do think that Amulet is advantaged. I mean, personally, when I play it, I feel advantaged at least. I don't know if whether that works for everybody, but it definitely works for me. So we make a food. We find the colorless source here. And they have a delta. All right, so good news and bad news. It's pretty brutal. They still cannot answer the Yoko. All right. Create a food. We're going to play the Thought Knot basically just as a blocker, and I'm going to hold up this member. So hopefully my opponent doesn't do like a PO or something like that if they are playing the Urza PO version. And if they are playing a version that is not the Urza PO version, then we should be in a very solid spot now. Steerings for something. Another thought knot, okay. More lands for my opponent, brutal. Make food. Actually, maybe I should attack with the food there. Maybe. Alright, so my opponent top decks the absolute best possible card. And I assume that they're going to spin here. And I think I just let it go, because if they find another Urza, then they get me. So this is fine. Now I dismember the Urza. Well, can I set up lethal? No, I can't. So I guess that we just like dismember the construct and we Oko the Urza. That seems way better. So dismember construct. Plus Oko and Urza. Play tap land. Do we attack? Do we attack? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we just pass the turn. Make a food end step. What is this, Eldrazi? We're playing Oko and Eldrazi. Two cards that I'm very well known for playing, you know? Deep Fried is great. Can we hardcast? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're one short of hardcasting. Brutal. Another land. My opponent just cannot catch a break over there. Attack for 3. And next turn we can attack for lethal with the Deep Fiend. Mox Amber. And Mystic Century is the last card in hand. Yeah. That's nice. So that's 4, 8, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tap for blue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Merge. Tap, 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 tap. Swing for lethal. Alright. This, and I guess this. Whoops. I forgot how we sided. Oh, I think we sided out some smashers, if I'm not mistaken, last time. Ashiok looks like it might be okay, actually. Stubby D looks fine. Cool looks good. Dispute looks good. The stroke looks good. Shape Rolls looks horrendous. Oh, I should oof, actually. Too late. Should have 100% oof. Keep. Alright, once upon. Okay, Smasher is nice. Hierarch. You can turn to Oko again if my opponent doesn't tap out. If they do tap out, I mean. If they don't, I think I just pass the turn. What is this? Okay. We can make the same play we did earlier. Sounds kind of good to me, honestly. It's so absurd how much loyalty this thing has. It's kind of mind-blowing. Create food. Blue, blue, and 1. Ashiok. And we don't plus. Embry's fine. So yeah, so I definitely don't want the Ashok to go lower in loyalty. So I think I just dismember here, and then I plus on the Embry, and then I'm gonna have Smasher to block. So we plus there. Smasher to block. Go ahead. Get an Astrolabe. I have access to 3 mana now. Getting close to Urza. Ashiok definitely doing work here. Ashiok definitely doing a lot of work here. Start here, Eldrazi Temple. Okay, so this means that we can cast Warbreaker next turn. Food. I will just continue protecting my walkers. This feels real nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can even hold up Stubby D. This is so hype. That one. Oh my god. This deck is great. I love this deck. This is basically a Pioneer deck. I mean, this is what makes the deck busted though, right? So it's basically a Pioneer deck, except it's like it has Ancient Tomb in it. Which is a big difference with a Pioneer deck. So yeah, things looking good for us. Lost Crab in the end is Stubborn Denial. Yep, that feels odd, right? Okay, 3 and 2, double 3 and 2. We beat We beat Simic Urza pretty convincingly twice. Both times that we faced it, we beat it pretty convincingly. We lost to Tarmogoyf a lot. Tarmogoyf just gets too big, like a little bit much bigger than this deck can brawl with. So that's what inspired the addition of the Relic of Progenitors in the sideboard. So we're gonna see how that goes. Ashiok only was brought in that matchup and it looked incredible. So card's great, confirmed great. Oko is it's just so insane. It's so stupid that they actually went ahead and printed this card. But this deck definitely looks like it has potential. There are a couple of things that I'm not so sure about. You know, like this Ugin feels like a little bit random, so does these Drummer Hope, especially because they are uncastable with, particularly Ugin, right? This is uncastable with Eldrazi Temple, so I just don't think that I like the Ugin. So honestly, I could see just like playing the Warbreaker that's over here, just bring it to the main deck and just take the Ugin out altogether. The Yoko just felt super good, and the 22 lands felt excellent. I'm a big fan of the 22nd land that we added for the second league. What else? What else can we mention here? Yeah, I mean, just like Once Upon a Time, Steerings is just a deck that can abuse both of this is just very sweet, and you know. Of course, you know, speaking of decks that can abuse all of these cantrips, right? But yeah. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoy this, and I could see myself playing some more of this deck. It's definitely fun. Unlike other Eldrazi decks that I find just to be very boring. This one actually feels like it has a bunch of play, mostly because you're playing like cantrips in green and counter magic in blue. So also LED Pin is just a sweet card. This was like my favorite card that didn't really break it in Eldritch Moon. Like this card is so cool. But yeah, if you like the video, of course, hit that like button, subscribe, and all the good stuff. And if you want to see the first league that we play with this deck, you can find it in the link below. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.